Right, yeah. Yeah, sorry guys, we are live at the moment. Just bear with me a minute. I think I need to sort out the lighting because you can hardly see me at the moment. Just bear with me a minute and I will be with you. Yeah. Hi you guys, what is up? It's your main man, Mr. Eurovision 1986, back with another Eurovision 2023 live stream. And you can see by the title of this video today, I'm going to be talking to you about my experience of the semi-final 1 and semi-final 2, because I was actually, as you all know, as you're probably all aware, I actually had quite a hectic week this week. I was up in Liverpool on Tuesday. I was up in Liverpool on Thursday. I was actually at the Emirates Bank Arena for both them days. So I've experienced almost everything you can in regards to Eurovision. What can I say? Liverpool's an amazing city, and yeah, it's just the whole experience is one of the best experiences of my life. If you ever do get to go, even if you go on your own, people will talk to you, because the fandom were like one big family who, it's almost like we've known everybody, we've known one another for years, even if we're only meeting up for the first time. So yeah, there's that. So yeah, now if I can get my, so as I say, yeah, so let's have a look back. Starting off semi-final 1, really loved the opening. Travelled up in the morning on Tuesday and Thursday to Liverpool, simply because of the simple fact I booked my semi-final 1 and semi-final 2 tickets at 2 separate times. So henceforth, when I did get my semi-final 2 ticket, I'd already booked a train ticket to go up to Liverpool and back on the Tuesday. So I did the same for the Thursday. Henceforth, that's why I never bothered to stop up there. Because when I bothered to stop up there, I would have really gone on out and enjoyed myself up there for the time that I was up there. Yeah. First day I went, the sun was beaming. It was absolutely gorgeous day on the Tuesday. Got to the venue. I will admit the one thing that was the worst, wherever you more or less wherever you went, whether it was at the actual shop, the actual Eurovision shop, or the merchandising stands in the venue, absolutely ramming that was. The drink service waiting for drinks weren't that bad. Waiting for merch, I'll admit I did have to queue about 40 minutes to get my merch. Well, not so much this, because this I got later. This I got later on the first day I was up there. I got my scarf. I got my You'll Never Sing Alone Eurovision t-shirt, and as you've already seen, I have been wearing it all week. My hoodie, official hoodie, and it United by Music. Yeah. When you do, if you have gone up there, that's if you have gone up there this year at all, it's like Liverpool Lime Street's a really a really nice small. It's a nice small train station, which is about, I would say, a 20-minute walk from the venue. But yeah, I didn't go through all of the Eurovision village, but but there is that because there wasn't that much time for me. But I did do a bit of exploring on the Thursday. Didn't do much on the Tuesday because I just wanted to, I was just like, I'd never been up there before, didn't know where to go. I was just like, just get to the vet, just get yourself get up there. Time I got up there, thought I need to get myself something to eat before I get in the venue. So I found myself somewhere to eat, and then I had to sort of work out and find my way to the actual arena, which I eventually did. I will say my seats and view for the first semi-final, even though they were further away from the stage, I was further away from the stage for the first semi-final than I was for the second. I had a better view for the first semi-final. My second semi-final was more restricted, was a restricted view, but still the experience was amazing. I mean, I got to see 15. I got to see 30. I got to see 31 of this year's competitors sung live across 2 days of 2 semi-finals. I also got to see Rebecca Ferguson and Maria Yaramchuk perform. I got to see. I got to, in fact, I got to see various people. I got to see various artists, and I got to see Rita Ora perform. I got to see an iconic drag performance live. I got to see Peppa Pig and Scooch doing the conga. I got to see the Fizz, formerly known as Buxby's, waiting in the queue at a phone box. I mean, it was a spectacle, absolute spectacle. The arena may have been small, but I thought with how small it actually was, it made the actual event more intimate. So, and when I was there at the first semi-final, when it was about to start, I actually got quite emotional. I thought it was just absolutely amazing that I was actually experiencing something that I've wanted to do all my life. I've ticked off another lifelong dream off my bucket list. That's the second lifelong dream I've ticked off my bucket list since the pandemic, since we had the pandemic. This was my second. Going to a Eurovision was my second. My first, which I did. I think was it. Yeah, it's about 18 months ago now. I did that. Actually met Steps in. Actually met my all-time favorite group, Steps, in person, and got their latest CD at the time signed by the lot of them, which was just amazing. So, yeah, I mean, so with the first semi-final, we know it was the semi-final of death, and I'll be honest, I nailed on all 10 qualifiers. My experience of them, watching them as a viewer on the television and watching them live, my opinions didn't change on them. Yeah, but I will say, I will say first semi-final, I think one of the biggest reactions was for Finland by a long shot. Sweden to watch that live in the arena was absolutely amazing. Like, you wouldn't believe how good that was to see that actually live in person. Norway was good. Norway was good. Norway was good, but I felt like they didn't. For me, they didn't bring anything different to the table to what they brought in the Melody Grand Prix. So it was like I knew what to expect. It was just a copy and paste performance of the Melody Grand Prix. Performance. So that underwhelmed me a bit. Israel jumped up significantly in my estimation after the semi-final. Switzerland after the first semi-final were another one that I'm watching live. They went up in my opinion. I will admit, I knew straight away with Malta. I knew Malta weren't going to go through, but I wasn't surprised, but I was a bit disappointed because it was a year I actually really liked the song, but because of the semi-final they were in, I knew it wasn't going to advance. So Ireland. It was okay to hear. Like, it wasn't bad, but when I watched it live on the television, the singer for Ireland looked like he would rather have been anywhere else than in that arena on that particular night. Portugal, I think, I'll be honest, I kind of did miss the sofa. So overall, even though I like the song, I think it was just a little bit lacking. Latvia was the same as Norway, a copy and paste their national final, but which wasn't a bad song. It wasn't bad live, but it was just meh. It didn't capture my imagination enough to do any good. Who else haven't I talked about? Croatia. I know a lot of people are like, shouldn't have got to the final, but with how mad and scatty some of the public voting is in Eurovision, I knew this was going to be a finalist. Who else I want to talk about? Moldova. Yeah, Moldova was good. Performed really well. Staging was good. It's done. It was always going to be going through, in my opinion. Azerbaijan, one of my guilty pleasures this year, but I was like, I wasn't going to be offended if it didn't make it through. Czechia, vocally they nailed it, but and this is a big but. Outfits left a lot to be desired, and I wasn't overly overwhelmed with the staging. But I think because it was such a fan favourite, and the vocals were on point, I feel that's why it got through. Now, Burning Down. Now, then also the only one we haven't talked about in this semi-final is in the first semi-final is the Netherlands. Now, the Netherlands, it wasn't a bad song. I just didn't connect with it, and I think think it was just a bit bland. The Netherlands was overall with the staging and everything. That's why I don't think it probably resonated with the rest of Europe. It just and I'll be honest, it just goes to show that just because you have a former Eurovision winner as one of the credited songwriters on your record, it doesn't guarantee success. Now, hopefully, this shows the Netherlands that that style worked, but Eurovision evolves very quickly. So I think the Netherlands probably need to evolve and go in a different direction next year. Otherwise, I feel like they may end up back in the same rut that they were in before their recent run of success at Eurovision. Right now, so that's all the semi-final one. That's all the semi-final one talked about. I didn't talk about them in order. Sorry about that. So anyway, then we went on to semi-final 2. Now, semi-final 2, unfortunately, I was sat with a side-on view of the stage, but my view was restricted because I was sat right next to a load of scaffolding with some of the production team sat in that scaffolded area. So basically, because that scaffolded area was up, I couldn't see a lot of the staging. So I just went with this semi-final 2 on how I felt people reacted to the songs. So we started off with Denmark in this semi-final. Riley, Breaking My Heart. I've got a soft spot for this song. People were touting it people earlier in the week were touting it to qualify. I thought I had a feeling because I was starting to like it. I thought it would qualify. And then I seen the TV staging, and I feel like he had a bit of off-key moment at the start. So because of that, I was like, no. I knew Riley wouldn't qualify. Next up, we had Armenia, and now this was as soon as I seen this and heard her singing and I seen the whole performance, I was like, yeah, girls qualifying. Girl could be a dark horse on Saturday tomorrow night, in my opinion. So it was no surprise that qualified for me. Then we went on to Romania. Now, Romania, in my opinion, had the flattest reaction out of any of the songs in any semi-final this year. In any of the semi-finals this year. So, me personally, I was not surprised to see it non-qualify, be a non-qualifier. And don't get me wrong, it would not surprise me if that ended up in last place overall in the semis to Romania. Then we went on to Estonia. I went back and forth on this one. Eventually having it going through after seeing the live performance in the arena. And I wasn't wrong. The performance is vocally stunning. The staging was gorgeous. She was a moment for me, if I'm being honest, was Alika. So yeah, Alika was just mwah, mwah, mwah. Right. Then we went on to Belgium. I tell you now, Belgium will be finishing quite highly this year. Belgium got one of the best reactions out of all the semi-finalists. Belgium, they are eating up Belgium at Eurovision this year in the arena. They cannot get enough of him. The fans absolutely love him, love the performance, myself included. So don't be surprised if tomorrow night Belgium is in the top 10. Just saying, just putting it out there, which I'm really pleased about after all the hate that they got when he was first picked. Then we have song number 6, which was Cyprus. Staging was amazing. Vocally, he was on point. His vocal was on fire. Staging, once again, amazing. So I am not surprised that qualified. Iceland was song number 7. I didn't get what the staging had to do with the song, to be honest. What the background was and everything and that, and I'm like, I was never having this as qualifying anyway. I think the style of song that Dilia performed at Eurovision this year has worked in the past, but I feel like it's just sort of like a generic, probably slightly dated Euro club banger type of song. So I think that's unfortunately why Iceland didn't qualify. I think. Right, not a lot more I can say about Iceland. Then we come on to Greece. Now, poor Greece. The guy's only 16 years old. I heard him live and I thought, yeah, he might have a chance. He might have a chance of qualifying. Then I watched the TV performance and I'm like, no, he looks like a young lad who's trying too hard to get people to like him and get people to vote for him. I just don't, yeah. And it wasn't. How do I put it? It wasn't. There was no Greek. You wouldn't have known that was a Greek entry because there was nothing for me that made me instantly think that person was Greek, and that song was the Greek entry. So I have a feeling that might be a reason why people didn't resonate with it, and that's why it probably didn't qualify. Song number 9, Poland. Baby, it's kind of crazy how I was thinking this weren't going to qualify. But then I seen her live performance, and I was like, in the arena, and I'm like, baby, you're qualifying, my love, and you did. But I know for well there are still some people out there who are telling. I know someone was out there last night, because I seen it, telling people not to vote for, to boycott her because she shouldn't be the entry. Sorry guys, but whatever happened in Poland happened. She's ended up going to Eurovision, and like it or not, you've got to deal with it, because the EBU has said it will not get involved in anything. It will not get involved in national finals. National finals are down to the national broadcasters to sort out. So, and you know full well, the Polish national broadcaster was never going to change their minds. But I'm getting a bit off track now, because the Polish national broadcaster was never going to change their minds about who they were sending to Eurovision. No matter how much of a furor, and no matter how much of a stink the fandom kicked up about her, and how much news and came out about her, still I think some of these rumours were unfounded. But there you go. She's in the Blanca is in the final on Saturday. Then we come to Slovenia. I was getting really nervous last night when about them. I'm surprised they were left to last to be announced as the winner, if I'm being honest. So, but yeah, as I say, the reason I was surprised about them being the last one left to last is because of how good they were, and considering who else hadn't qualified at that time. And I knew straight away that these would qualify over someone else I wanted to qualify, who I will reveal in due course, because I knew full well that if they hadn't qualified, the Eurovision fandom would have rioted if Slovenia hadn't qualified last night. And I mean they would have rioted, because Joker Out had become one of the big major fan favourites this year. But their performance was amazing. Their performance was amazing, so I was not surprised that they qualified. Right, so then we can move on to song number 11 in semi-final 2, Georgia. My face is it all at the moment. I am in shock. I watched her live vocal, and basically I still can't fathom in my head. I can't think of any reason as to why she non-qualified. I really can't. I really, really can't. The mind still boggles. Anyway, then, but I'm going on a bit too much now. So, moving on. Next in semi-final 2 was San Marino. Yeah, unfortunately, it was in the same for me. It was in the same category as Romania. They were both trying to do the rock genre. Didn't quite work. It didn't quite work out for them. Not saying the song's bad, but I just don't think it. I just don't think it was good enough to connect with enough fans to warrant them to pick up the phone and vote for them. Then we come to song number 13, Austria. Who the hell is Edgar? Not surprised he's made the final. And I'll be honest, not now after hearing going through hearing their vocals from the second semi-final, their vocals didn't really gel well together. So henceforth, I think I can see now. It's a good opener. Get real party song, but it ain't. I don't think they're winning. They're not going to win it this year, Austria. I don't, and unfortunately now, I think Austria now may even struggle to get top 10 because of their running order because of starting the show tomorrow night. But we'll just wait and see. Then, song number 14 was Albania. Yeah, Albania. Can I just give you a big, massive clap? I loved you. I loved you at your national final performance, but I thought a couple of your family were a bit shaky, but looked like deers trapped in headlights. But last night, but yesterday, I was sat by a lovely group of people from the same sort of neck of woods as where I am in the front from Birmingham, basically, but they're in a different, not in the same sort of area as me from Birmingham, but they're in a different area of Birmingham, but they are from my home city. And I said to them, I seen the performance and I went straight away, that's got a shot. They looked at me, they went, you think? I was like, yeah, and I was right. But as I was saying last night, if you watched my live stream last night, who would I have not qualifying if they went out? And it would never have been Georgia. I can tell you now, it would have been the next song number 15, Lithuania. I'll be honest, it's been performed quite close to the end this year. Lithuania, their song number 22 in the running order for the final. And I'll be totally honest, I was quite surprised when this one quite surprised me when I seen it in the list of announced as a qualifier. I was like, really? Because I didn't think the song was that good. I didn't think the stage was that good. I thought it was quite bland, to be honest. And I know what a lot of people are thinking at the moment. A lot of people are thinking this has got this has got potential for last place. Don't see it. I'm not being harsh, but I think your last place this year could come from Lithuania. Just saying. No disrespect, but that's my opinion. And then we came on to Australia. This was another moment. The audience lapped this one up. Really lapped this one up from Australia. That they did the audience. This went down a storm. This and Belgium were got the biggest fan reactions in the second semi-final, which leads me to believe that they're gonna do some good. They're gonna do well this year, Australia, and hopefully if they do well enough this year, hopefully they'll be able to negotiate a new deal and be back next year. Because if you've been following all the Eurovision news, you'll know today that next year's wherever next year's contest goes, Luxembourg will be returning back for the first time to the contest for the first time since 1993, which I am absolutely over the moon about and can't wait to see them back. And also, I'm going to tell you now, if you haven't already heard it, I'm going to give you a rundown of the running order for tomorrow night's final. So, I've already given you a couple of numbers, but we'll go through it anyway. As I've already told you, Austria will be opening up the final tomorrow night. We'll have Portugal at number 2, which leads me to believe, because the producers don't know, the producers are not told what the results are of the semi-finals. So I think the producers are probably thinking, Portugal didn't do very well. Then song number 3 is Switzerland. Then 4 is Poland, which then they're followed by Serbia. Then quite early on, I'll be honest, we've got Lazara, France, song number 6. Song number 7 will be tomorrow night. Will be Cyprus. Then just wait for it. We've got a bit of a run of similar veins songs. Song number 8 will be Spain. Song number 9 will be Sweden, and song number 10 will be Albania. Then we switch moods for 2 songs. As song number 11 is Italy, and song number 12 is Estonia. And we round off the first half of the final with Finland at song number 13. Then as we jump into the second half of the final, we start off with song number 14, which is Czechia. Song number 15 tomorrow night will be Australia. Song number 16 will be Belgium. Song number 17, Armenia. Song number 18 will be Moldova. Song number 19 will be Ukraine. We already knew that. Song number 20 will be Norway. Now, I'll be honest, I'm worried about that. Now I don't know how well that's gonna do. Hiya, Onik. Hi from Armenia. I was talking about Armenia earlier if you've missed it, but yeah. Armenia's yep. So yeah, Norway's number 20. Apparently the last time they were number 20 was in 2009. And Alexander Rybak won it. Moving on, we get number 21 tomorrow night will be Germany. Song number 22 tomorrow night is Lithuania. They're followed in song number 23 by Israel. That's, for me, that's Israel is a big dark horse. Then song number 24 will be Slovenia, which leads me to believe, I think I think the producers are thinking it's that did really well. Then song number 25 tomorrow night, Croatia. And then we finish it off with the UK. It's song number 26. If I'm going to come out on a limb and say my favourite Eurovision song for this year, it's by a country mile. It's Sweden. I still feel like Sweden's the one to beat, but Finland's in with a shout. I think Israel's in with a shout. Armenia can't be discounted. I think Armenia's performance was really strong. So I'm like, I don't see how I can see a scenario where Armenia gets possibly top 5. Don't quote me on that. For me, another dark horse tomorrow. Albania. Not for the win, but I do think Albania could sneak into that top 10. Who else am I looking at thinking? Belgium have got a chance, but I'm sticking my neck out and I'm saying who I've said from day one. Sweden. I'm saying Sweden will win it. And I mean, I'll be honest, I haven't been wrong on it. I haven't been wrong on a winner. I haven't been wrong on predicting who was going to win Eurovision since Mons won it in 2015. Because of that year I had Il Volo. I was Il Volo mad. I was an Il Volo stan. I thought they were amazing. But I can also, but not to say that Mons was bad. I did have him up there, but I didn't have him as my winner. So yeah, I have more or less predicted. I have more or less. There's only 2 years since 2012 where I think I haven't predicted the winner, and that was 2013 Emily de Forest and 2015 Marcel. All the other years, all the other years since then, I think I have. Yeah, I have predicted who the winner was going to be. So I'm pretty confident that by going with Sweden to win tomorrow night, I think it's a good solid bet. And I'm just for the purposes of this video now, I'm going to check it out and yeah, France is slowly slipping off. Estonia's going. I'm not. Albania hasn't really moved, but from the bottom of the list for the bookies. But at the same time, I'll be honest. I'm being totally honest tonight. I can see a situation. I can see Lithuania finishing in last place. I really can. The funny thing is the bookies have us up in the top 10 for to win it, but they have us as the favourite to finish in last place. But the bookies actually have Portugal. Yeah, the bookies have either UK or Portugal for last place, but then the bookies have also got us in the top 10 to win it, in the top 10 in the odds for winner. I'll be honest. They're saying Sweden, Finland, Israel, Norway, Ukraine top 5. I'm like, I'll admit, I'd be a bit disappointed. No disrespect to the Ukraine's entry, but I'd be a bit disappointed if that ended up in the top 5 tomorrow, because I feel like I'm not trying to be harsh. I stand with Ukraine, but at the same time, in things like in things like this, there's only so far. There's only so far your sympathy can go. But the thing is now, because of all the displaced, because the amount of displaced Ukrainians that have been displaced into different countries across Europe and the world, a big wad of them, the Ukrainians will vote for Ukraine, but in other countries in the world, if you know what I mean. So they're reckoning. The bookies reckon Finland will win the televote. I think that's a very strong possibility. Yeah, and they reckon Sweden will win the jury vote. That's understandable because the performance. Vocally she's stunning. The performance is it's like a piece of art. It's an art form. So, yeah. So it is what it is, to be honest. So yeah. So you've got all the insights. You've got all my experiences from Europe, from the semi-finals. It's an experience like no other. It's amazing, actually, to be honest. And I've said to myself now, wherever I'll have a look and see where it's going to be held next year. If a flight's affordable, if accommodation's affordable, if I can manage to get a ticket for any of the shows, I'm going again next year. So that's that. So that's all for tonight. I think I've waffled on a bit too much. Yeah. Don't forget to give these live streams massive thumbs up. Don't forget don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and click the bell notification button to be notified for when any new videos, new live streams hit this channel. Thank you for coming on tonight and supporting this. In my channel description, you do have my social media platforms, which are Instagram at HBK Euromania, Twitter at Eurovision 1986, and TikTok at SF1. So, yeah, don't forget to make up for missing out on my Wednesday live stream. I am live streaming from 5 to 8 tomorrow night, all the way through the final, through to the results as well. So 19:55 British summertime tomorrow. Be here for my live stream of the final of the Eurovision Song Contest 2023. Good luck to my home country performing last. Good luck to all, good luck to all 26 countries tomorrow night. Let's hope tomorrow night is as fantastic as the two semi-final nights. If it is, we're in for an absolute great treat. So until then, much love and bye-bye for now.